Hello Diamonds and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. So off the camera over the weekend I have done quite few of the contracts and they have been quite profitable. Happily I didn't notice any other crop problems other than the wheat that I mentioned in previous episode. So there are a few really good ones where you have to harvest potatoes and it pays really well. I still have one of those bigger ones left in my game, like the field 31. You can see that it can easily pay like over 20,000, and even when you uh, when you use their equipment, so it's really profitable. So I would recommend that for anyone to do. And also few of the baling ones. I mean, now there's even new one, but they're both just hay based. So I've done quite few fields around here, like spraying and yeah, harvesting and so on. So actually I made quite a bit of money with those, and also I sold one of my John Deeres because I wasn't really using it. So yeah, it was like almost £100,000 for that. So yeah, I have only 2 tractors left. So yeah, I kept them both there. So I have this one for the field work. So it has the narrow tires, and then I have the Massey Ferguson with the front loader, and of course this old truck. And yeah, with all the money that I made from that, I could actually buy a few other things. Like I have this baler down here, so it's really good of making the silage bales. And I also actually bought this trailer for the bales, so it makes everything so much quicker. So yeah, so far like all the baling contracts, they want you to use the forks that go front and back of your tractor, and whilst they're quite decent, it's still very limiting and sometimes a bit difficult to maneuver around everything. So this one of course automates everything and it's so much better. So yeah, with all the contracts I made quite a bit of money. Also a few days in game, the greenhouses have made me a little bit money. So I try to top up with the water and everything. So in conclusion is that we are now in much better shape and we can start investing in animals, I guess. So my plan for today is to get chicken, because I've heard that they are one of the most profitable ones. And of course, as we don't have any wheat growing on our fields at the moment, then we might need to consider using other sources. But I think that we do have a little bit wheat, yeah, because we harvested from the initial field. So yeah, we have still 4,000 liters of wheat left, so we can use that to feed the chicken, which is good. It's excellent that we didn't sell it. And just take more water. So at the moment I still have a little bit water in this tank. And yeah, so that's pretty much how to get started with them. So when we go and check what enclosures you can use, there are only 2 versions. One is the small one, which I'm kinda not sure if I want to use, and then we have the big one. So of course big one, the downside is that it's quite expensive. So you might need to take a loan if you want to use this one. So how much is it? 79,000. So we need over 15,000 as a loan. But I mean the loan doesn't really last very long because I can do a few more contracts and we are back in positives. Also have found few of the collectibles which have been scattered around. All of them give you only £1,000 each, but there's so many of them. Like you can find small toy tractors and cultivators and plows and animals and so on. It's just a lot of stuff, and in some cases in one place you can find several of them. But to keep it easier, or to not spoil the locations, I'm not showing them on the camera. So I'm quite sure most of you might have seen some of them on the road or next to some buildings, even in my videos. But yeah, so I have collected some of them, not too many. So yeah, I think the best thing to do is let's take out the small loan. So I'm thinking that having like maybe 5,000 extra might be suitable, maybe a bit more. So I will take 20,000. So hopefully it's enough to get it done. So starting with this one is good. So let's rotate it. So I'm thinking of putting it kind of like this. So where's the drop off on this one? I mean, I can put everything on that side, but where do the eggs go? Doesn't matter. I can manage that, I guess. So let's buy it. It's quite big. Of course, we need to also get some of the chicken, which are quite expensive. But even before that, we should start preparing everything. So we need to have water there and also the food for them. Let me get all those ready. Not very good at backing up the trailer. Now I nicely got stuck because it does have the height difference, it seems. I didn't really think it through. And it's a lot of height difference. I did not expect that much on every corner. So I would need to do some landscaping as well later on. Probably off the camera because it might take a while. Because I think chickens need water now. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, it only shows foods, nothing else. Of course, I park everything too close. So yeah, it seems that they only need the food parts, so let's do that then. I never focus too much on those things. So let's take this trailer. See, other animals need water. Chickens only need foods. It's interesting. Oh, costs too much. Okay, it's enough to fill it up. Okay. Yeah, backing this trail up is a little bit more difficult, especially when there's any type of input lag. Yeah, let's get the food ready. Let's see how much to take. they might take everything because they have their own container here. It's all gone. So yeah, I might need to also start growing wheat ourselves. And yeah, for anyone who notices that I have the date next to the month name, I'm running 3 days per month, so it's a little bit slower gameplay than probably you're used to. So, yeah. So now we need to get also the animals. So let's go to the animal dealer. So we definitely need a lot of them. So we can get small chicken, which takes longer to get ready for a very good price. So we can take adult chickens. And also we need one rooster. So yeah, one rooster is enough. Yes. And then I will take how many should I take? 50? Maybe 50 is enough. Why did you go to the rooster? Yes. Okay. I have rooster and chickens there. And yeah, the smaller ones we might have later. So. Okay, so we already have some chicken in our farm, it seems. Yeah, I can hear them. Here they are. Yeah, a lot of colorful ones. This one is quite nice pattern. Yeah. So when I was young, then I only had either the white ones or the red ones. Nothing in between. Yeah. In this game you have a lot more options, which is nice. So food is quite a bit. So what is the maximum food they can have? They can have probably 10,000 for the foods. So yeah. So hopefully later on we can have more eggs and stuff as well. But in the meantime, I would probably need to focus on some of the contracts. So fertilizer one, this is the most easy one, as I probably mentioned before. Harvesting, it just takes very, very, very long time. So sometimes you might want to use the helpers for that, especially when it's big field like the 31. So where's the 31? This one. So it's quite a chunk because I was doing before the 42. And yeah, it took me like, can't remember, more than an hour to get it ready. So yeah, something smaller is better. So anything else we can get? Canola, sorghum. Yeah. So yeah, I think I will do spraying and fertilizing instead, because those are quite useful. So yeah, so I will take this one. So it's field 51. So this is something I was doing quite a lot in the past few days. So yeah, it sometimes gets a little bit annoying because you're doing the same thing over and over again, but that's pretty much the life. So let me get there. Okay. As a hint, I can say that some of the buildings in the middle do have their own small toys laying around, so definitely when you have time, look around and you can find a lot. And I'm already missing the field. Too focused on something else. Very much like me. Yeah, I don't need to go that close to the edge. Yeah. Today in real life, I went to see the Gundam factory in Yokohama, in Japan. It was fantastic. So if anyone comes to Japan, I would recommend going and checking it out. So it's a little bit pricey to enter. Like if you want to climb up the tower where the Gundam is up, then it can cost quite a bit. I think it was 3,300 yen. So it's approximately like $30 or something. So it's not like end of life pricey, but just something to consider. So for me it was just because my job is connected to the people organizing it, so we got free trip there. So yeah, it was a very enjoyable day there. And I know in Japan many people are really much into Gundam and all the tiny models that you can assemble. So yeah, so I also have one of the small models for myself to assemble in the next few months, because of course I will prioritize work instead of assembly. And yeah, some of those models, they go for very high price. So you can see like hundreds of dollars. So yeah, it's a lot. But the cheaper ones you can buy for like $20 or so. So contract finished. So yeah, it was really quick one. So what else do we have? So this one is done. So other fertilizing, field 3. I think the field 3 is very, very small. Yeah, it's just one pass, I guess. It's up north, so I might do it later off camera because it's just driving. Then spraying 53 might be doable. So 53 is right here next to it. So let me see if I have enough. Let's see if I have enough of the herbicide, then we can do it right away. Otherwise I have to go to the store and buy some extra. So I think I have a little bit left over from the previous contracts. So the good thing about doing everything yourself with your machinery is that what is left over you keep. But when you use the rented machinery, then you're not really allowed to do much with them. So how much we have? Not much, 300 liters. So hopefully it's enough for this field. Before I was traveling like maniac around with the car. I was thinking that before I start recording I will go and grab a few of those collectibles, so at least I have some money. Why isn't the 53 flashing anymore? I thought we took the... we didn't even take the contract yet. Now we have it. Something I have to keep in mind, that you have to accept the contract to do it. And yeah, the animations of unfolding and this is also very nice. I mean, even previous versions of Farming Simulator had it, but it's just something I really enjoy about it. A little bit far, but it should be fine. So let's see how quickly it goes down. So I'm already thinking that we might need to go and buy a little bit extra, because it uses quite a lot. So I will try to complete as much as possible on the fields. So once it says contract finished, I will finish. But yeah, if we run out before, then of course I have to go and buy more. Because previously I made a mistake, and instead of herbicides I bought fertilizer for this machine. Even though I have the different spreader for that. Of course, it's so wide when it's unfolded. Might need to maneuver around. And of course it starts to rain. Yeah. So probably not the best thing to do during the rain. But well, I already started, so I want to complete it before I wrap up for the episode. So I can see it's half gone. And we are not even halfway on the field, so probably need to go and buy. So probably after a few episodes we might need to take contract to harvest this field as well. So I can see a lot of contracts coming and going all the time. At least it's a good way to make money and get the machinery for us. We are pretty much out. So 4%. So let's see how many meters can we do. I'm not sure if it will be even the last bit, just because there's so much. Let's see. At least a few meters can be done, so it's all good. Because I'm not taking helper, and also for the helpers I have said that they are not allowed to buy anything, so there's no difference. So we are out. So Let's go and buy some. Ooh, olive harvester. 40% off. Still way too expensive for us. And then we have the glass header. It's quite decent price. But yeah, at the moment I'm not going to buy anything of that. So instead we need to get herbicides. So I think one is okay because we're not rich anymore. So just let's go and pick it up from the shop. Seems that we still have a little bit left, so it's all good. So we can do more than just that field, and later we can come and pick up a bit more, which is good. Because previously I did the same, that I did a lot of spraying and then came back to empty it out. So I can't remember, I did like 4 or 5 different fields in total. I can use this road. So smaller fields are really easy to do, but bigger fields are a little bit more complex. I really want to move the mirrors around. They don't really focus on the right place. At the same time you can see quite a bit. But yeah, it's a lot easier to do it from outside view when you're playing. From inside you can't see as much. So you can barely see the edge of the sprayer. A little bit complex. But yeah, in real life that's how it looks. You don't have drone like flying above you showing anything. Also, wheel drops don't disappear immediately. It takes quite a bit of time. Yeah. Still try to remember that it's a video game, not real life. The main aspect is growing stuff rather than being 100% accurate with everything. So quite soon we should finish up the contracts and we can go and check up on our chicken if they are starting to make anything or not yet. Because it might take a while before they do. Just a little bit impatient. It has been quite big investments, so the sooner the return comes, the better. Finished. So I will stop there. There's no need to spend more money on it than required. So let's collect it. And now the field should be all done. There's absolutely nothing left. So this is the mechanic of the contract, that once you click collect money, then if there is even any part not finished in actual life, then it just completes it automatically. So it looks perfect after that. But yeah, as it's raining, then let's get back to our farm and see what can be done. So I've been also thinking that maybe I can try out some forestry stuff. So just like cutting some of the trees in our farm and selling them. So just a little bit extra money, I guess. Because ideally, by the end of the season, we would have all the different factories and different machinery, and if not all, then most of the fields in game. I would like to have all of the fields if possible, even though some of them are ridiculously expensive. Like when you're seeing like the field 70, it's over 700,000. There are some cheaper ones. 71 is also quite expensive. Then this area here, which is a lot of forests, it is over 1 million. A lot of areas. Some smaller forest areas. Yeah. But yeah, this lake we cannot buy, unfortunately. Yeah, we can buy all those fields. So its total is about 160,000. Yeah, we probably need to make many millions before we can do so. And here you can buy 2 fields in one land claim. Yeah, as well. That's 3. So there's a lot of option for that. Yeah, let's see how things are going in our chicken coop. So health is going up, which is good. Because if health goes up, it just means that things are getting better. So yeah, productivity is already 20%, but no eggs yet. So they will come soon. Okay, that's interesting. So you can give them wheat, barley or sorghum. Yeah, at the moment the effectiveness is 100%, which is good. And for production stuff, it is nicely selling everything, so no need to worry about that. And yeah, I will probably go on and top up a bit. And yeah, at the moment we are not really going to deal with any seeds. So maybe later on, once we have the crops harvested from the fields. Because yeah, canola is growing, it's fertilized 50%, so later we have to do second fertilization. And the other field, I think I started to grow stuff as well. So this field right here, I will just make it disappear. It will be for everything else. Okay, in this field I'm growing grass. So if you take other animals like sheep or cows or so on, then we have something to use. So we can make silage balls and stuff like that, and through that make quite a bit of money. So we have all the tools for that already, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, so I will continue actually before that. Let's turn the lights off. So yeah, I think that's it for this episode. So off the camera I will do more contracts so we can have more money for next time. Maybe I can find a few more of the collectibles as they don't really pay that much. And I will try to do the terraforming next to the chicken coops just to make it easier to access with the tractor, if it's even possible, because it's kinda connected to this one. So just at least the edges, I guess. This edge is also really steep, so I got stuck on it. So yeah, I will see you next time.